Welcome to another episode, everyone. How come gang members are not respected in the street anymore? Or were they ever respected in the street? Well, not really. And the reason, I'm going to give you the reason, and there are many reasons that gang members, we all know that LA gang members have lost a lot of respect here on the internet as of late, with some of the antics that have been transpiring on the internet. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about gangs in particular, wherever they are in the world, as it relates to black gang members anyway. But let's just keep it in America, actually. Black gang members in America, in whichever state. And there are a myriad of reasons why individuals don't respect gang members, have been coming out on the internet saying all sorts of things about gang members, in particular LA gang members. But again, the bigger picture is how come individuals worldwide don't respect gang members inside of the culture, inside of the black culture? And the answer to that is real simple. There are a lot of black individuals right now losing their lives in this country. And it is at the hands of racism. It absolutely is. I know people like to say that racism is a thing of the past, and that the biggest threat to a black man's life is another black man. Well, that's the same for every race. The biggest threat to that individual's life is someone from his same race, his or her same race. That's everyone in the world. And we're not going to get into this black on black crime, as they like to term it, because all of these individuals, if we're going to talk about that, then we're going to talk about all of these other ethnicities who commit crimes against their own people and unalive their own people. And the list is extremely long. Everyone is guilty of this. So it's not that. Really, it's because, for one, the black man is just not respected worldwide anyway. There's reasons for that. The reason that the black gang member is not respected is because black people are being unalived all around the world. And nothing is being done about it. Now, when I brought this up before, to paraphrase what I said, speaking about George Zimmerman and others, and saying that this individual should not be Rick Child and George Zimmerman, and that these individuals should not be on the earth anymore. I stand by that. Don't know how they are. And the individual had got in the comments and said, well, I agree with what you're saying, but you can't, be upset with other people or call out other people for doing something that you are unwilling to do yourself. Well, first of all, I am very willing to do it. That's the difference between me and you, and me and a host of other black men. And secondly, I'm not the one out here on the street acting tough and harming other black people. So I'm talking about these thugs, these gangsters, these YNs, these gang members who are so tough when it comes to another black man, that they're so quick to take another black man's life. This is the vanguard. These are the individuals who should be on the front line. Not me, not a 52-year-old man. I will be, though. I will be, because I'm going to have to be. But you individuals are out here harming other black people in the community. Not me. I once was. But when you know better, you do better. And I now know better. The gang members who are out here carrying all of these weapons and are quick to draw the weapon and use it on someone who looks like them never do anything to anyone outside of the black community, ever. This is why the black man is not respected and the black gang member is not respected worldwide. You may be respected in your hood, in your rundown community, full of ratchet individuals who think that this is the life. But on a broader scale, you are frowned upon and laughed at because they say these individuals are the most despised individuals on earth. Literally, it's not even close. And literally by every other group. And yet, in spite of all of the animus that they receive every day on a regular basis here in this country, they can't find a way to get along with one another. Not only can they not find a way to get along with one another, they are killing one another at a higher rate than anyone else is killing them. As much hatred as they receive, they hate each other too. How can we respect that? How can we respect the fact that right here on this channel, The Inside Story with me, Damian Porter, I've covered many gang wars of late. Many situations where there has been retaliation immediately when a gang member from whichever hood is killed. Just in the last 2 weeks, I've covered some of these stories where that same day, there was a response, there was retaliation. The same day, someone from the hood that killed their homeboy died as well. And then they begin to go back and forth for however long and still going back and forth, some of them for decades. And yet, someone like George Zimmerman can come to our neighborhood and kill 17-year-old Trayvon Martin, and nothing happens to him. He gets away with it. Nothing happens to him in the legal system. Nothing happens to him with street justice. He's still here now. How long ago was that when Trayvon was brutally murdered by this individual? But let Trayvon Martin had been a gang member. 17 years old, no. 14, 15, 16, doesn't matter. 60, doesn't matter. And some individual comes over to his neighborhood and kills him. Someone from an opposite gang, an opposite set, an enemy, an opposition. No, your real opposition hates you. It doesn't look like you. Well, there would have been a response immediately. Someone else would have, whoever did it, if they could have got that individual, he'd have been done. If they couldn't have got to him, they get whoever they can get. This is how it goes in the culture. An immediate response would have transpired. And yet over a decade later, nothing has happened to the individual who came over there and killed Trayvon Martin because he doesn't gangbang, because Trayvon Martin didn't gangbang, so his life didn't matter. There was no response. Only when a black man kills another black man do black men get angry and want to respond and avenge the death. But we see individuals dying all over the country right now, and no one is doing anything. And again, I'm focusing on the gang members because these are the individuals who are out in the street acting tough. These are the individuals who we see in the hood vlogs walking around the hood with big old weapons and ready to use them all the time. head on a swivel in the hood, looking for another black man to eliminate. And if you're out here carrying all these weapons, and you're such a gangster and you're so tough and you're such a killer, how come Rick Chow is still here? How come Rick Chow was able to kill a 14-year-old boy and get away with it in the legal system and then get away with it in the street? This is why we are frowned upon and laughed at. You think you're tough, but they look really looking at us and laughing at our stupidity and our cowardice, because we refuse to stand up and fight for anything of substance. We refuse to stand up and fight for one another. We just want to fight against one another. We've been brainwashed and indoctrinated, but that excuse is wearing off. Here in 2026, we all know better at this juncture. And it's not just on the gang members. You're not just a tough individual. You're not just a man if you're a gang member, right? You can be a man, be a stand-up, tall, strong individual and have never been involved in a gang. You're just a strong black man. A killer, if you will. Just like any gang member can be a killer and a gangster. You are that too. You're just not a part of the gang banging culture. You have a wife and kids. Well, you all need to stand up for the community as well. But I'm focusing on the gang members, as I said, because they are the ones out here toting firearms and using them against other black people and hooping and hollering about how tough they are on the internet and all of these hood vlogs. Everywhere. Well, you're not that tough. It's also on the individuals in my age group to do something about this. We helped to set some of this in motion. We were misled, misinformed. We were not taught the right way ourselves, so we passed on fallacious information. The onus is then on us to correct our wrong. Yes, you do owe the community. Yes, we do owe society a debt that we have to spend the rest of our lives trying to repay. We helped to cause some of this destruction with our rhetoric and antics when we were younger and growing up in gang banging. And so now when we see everything that's going on in the community, we help to light this fire. So it's easy to point at these individuals and criticize them and not take any accountability for the role that we played and what's playing out in the community. Well, that's just skirting accountability and absolving yourself of the guilt that is there, because we are partially responsible for what is going on in the community. And thus, it is on us to help correct the wrong, to clean up what's going on in the community since we helped to start it. And if you can't do that and won't do that, then your life will never be redeemed. Your life will have never been worth living if all you did was come into the world and cause a lot of destruction and death and never did anything to rectify that. So it's not just on the gang members, but we need to reach these individuals in the community that are harming one another in the community. And my take is simple. Once we reach out to you and we try to reach you gang members because we messed up and helped to put you in this position. So we can't leave you behind and criticize you without trying to correct our indiscretions. But once we do reach out to you and try to correct this, and you still don't want to listen, you still want to continue down this same path, then we're going to have to leave you behind, even take you out, because you're going to be a detriment to our community moving forward and our freedom. And we're going to stomp out anything that gets in the way of our freedom, even if this individual looks like us. Because it doesn't matter if you look like us. If you're looking to harm other black people, then you are an enemy to the black community. You are a destructive force in the black community. And as I've said before, this is the way that all of these individuals need to be deemed from now on. Or not yet, but soon. Once we reach out to these individuals, and that is our duty to do so, as I said, because we helped to start this mess. Once we reach out and try to correct our wrong and explain to these individuals why it is imperative that we come together and put these weapons down and stop harming one another in the community, and they continue to do so, then they need to be exiled, excommunicated, and even taken out of their misery. We're not going to let a few bad apples spoil our mission, what it is that we're trying to do as a community. Black man is waking up all around the world and ready to unite. And we're not going to allow a few individuals to hold us back. We're going to tell you what it is, why it is important for us to do what it is that we're doing, why it is important for you to come along. Then you make your own decision from there. If you don't want to be with the movement, then we're just going to take you out. But when we can't have you around frightening the community. Understand that any individual who is a gang member, who is walking around the community looking to harm other black men, and that's what these gang members do. They're not looking to harm anyone other than another black man. Anyone else can walk in the neighborhood and be okay and survive in a black neighborhood. But a black person can't even walk in a black neighborhood and be okay without another black man harassing him, asking him where he's from. I'm from the same place you're from, bro. We're from the same place. And we're going through the same hell right here in this country. Your problem is not with me. And my problem is not with you. And if we think that our problem is with one another, we really got a problem. But these individuals are going to harass you and frighten you, intimidate you, tell you you can't be over here. Don't walk down the street. You can't walk down the street in our neighborhood. You can't even walk down the street. These individuals are a destruction to the community. They are not an asset. They are a liability. These individuals are out hunting other black men to kill, to harm, exclusively other black men. Everyone else is good. Only if you're black, you're going to get pressed and can possibly lose your life. This is unacceptable. And it needs to stop now. Something has to be done about it. And this is why gang members are not respected. Because you allow George Zimmerman to come into your neighborhood and kill a 17-year-old boy and you do nothing. You allow Rich Child to come over. Do you know that Trey Reed, the second autopsy is really indicating that Trey Reed there in Mississippi, the young black man found hanging from a tree. They try to write it off as a blanking himself. And they've done this with about 5 cases out there in Mississippi. As of late, the same coroner has ruled all of these deaths suicides. And she has said that these individuals have blanked themselves and that there is nothing to see here. But all of the deaths are suspicious. And black people do not hang themselves. There's no history of this. In fact, they found lacerations in the back of his head, sound familiar? Back of his skull, just like Nolan Wells. And this is going on all around the world, particularly in certain parts of the world, where black men, really children, these are children that are losing their lives. And there has been not enough of a response to this for anyone to respect it. Anyone. This is why we are not respected. We need to unite, come together, put the nonsense down, put the weapons down. And again, if you're out looking to hunt another black man and kill another black man in a community, you need to be deemed an enemy of the people. You, fake thug, you fake gang member, you want to be killer, not even a man, you need to be excommunicated. You need to be deemed an enemy of the people, someone who is out looking to do harm to black people, because that's what you're doing. That's who you are. You're out looking to do harm to black people. And again, exclusively black people, only black people are you out looking to do harm to. You're not one of us. You're not a part of us. You're not a part of the community. You're trying to harm the community. You're looking to harm people in the community. You need to be treated as someone who's over here looking to harm black people, because that's what you're doing. How will we treat individuals who come in the hood looking to harm other black people, come in our communities looking to harm our children, our fathers, our brothers with weapons? Well, we need to get rid of these people. Either that or your brother's life is at risk. Your father's life is at risk. Your son's life is at risk. Because these individuals are brainwashed and indoctrinated and won't fight anyone else. That's why we're going to try to wake you up. And either you wake up or you do not. If you do not, you're going to be left behind, probably offed. Get out of the way. You're here harming the community. These individuals are being hung in Mississippi, black children. There have been essentially 5 cases of late. Trey Reed is one of them, but he's just one. And we know what happened to Nolan Wells in Mississippi, or we're still trying to find out what happened with Nolan Wells in Mississippi, and they're covering everything up. So with all of this going on and us fighting one another publicly on the internet and in the street, when it's not publicized, but people know about it, well, yes, it makes us look rather foolish that we can't come together under any terms, under any circumstances. We hate one another that much. At some point, we can't blame everyone else. We can't blame people outside of the community when we know better at this point, when we know that we have to unite and the reasons why. And if we are incapable of doing that, then that's just what it is. That's not anyone else's fault. That's us. We don't need anyone else to unite us. We need to unite. Don't blame anyone else if we can't do that. That's just our fault. I'm going to leave it there for right now because, as I said, I'm doing content all day. Or, I'll be doing content. I'm not doing any reactions today. It's just going to be straight content. I got a couple of stories I'm going to tell. I don't know how much I'm going to do this stuff today, man. I need a break, really. But I'm going to do a couple more videos, but there's no reactions. So stay tuned. But let's put the weapons down and come together, brothers. That's what we need to do. That's my mission. We need to fight. And not fight one another. Because that's not getting us anywhere. So I don't wish that we fight anyone. I don't want anyone to lose their life, of any race, of any demographic. I'm a human being. I have humanity and human feeling, unlike a lot of people. I would rather that no one has to lose their life. We only get one. And no one should be powerful enough to take someone else's life. Who the hell are you to take my life? But unfortunately, that's not the way it is right now. That's not the way that the world is. The way that the world is right now, a black man has to get up and fight or flight every day. He has to defend his life and defend his humanity, defend his position on earth. They want to know why you are breathing, why you are even alive. They don't want you on earth. So they put us in a position where we have to fight just to stay alive, just for our own humanity. I don't want this. I didn't ask for this. This is just what it is. Unfortunately, it should not be this way, but it is, because we have some sick individuals on earth who think that they have more of a right to this earth than we do. That's just stupid alone, that sort of thinking. We're put in this position where we have to squabble up. So be it. We're not going to continue to die alone, continue to allow you to kill our kids while yours are just sitting in Princeton and Harvard eating tuna sandwiches. No. You keep killing ours, you can expect the same. You understand? We're going to stop killing each other. We're going to put the weapons down. We're going to stop pointing the weapons at each other and turn the motherfuckers around. And that's it. Come together, black man. Unite, unify. Gang members, stop harming one another. You can still be from your gang. Just put the weapons down. Love one another. Embrace one another. When you see another black man, see yourself. We're in this fight together, and everyone else is already against us. We cannot be against one another and survive this. It is that serious right now. You better understand what's going on around you. It is that serious right now. Gang members, if you want respect, do something to someone other than a black man for once in your freaking life. Black men of my age and my generation, if you want respect, then reach back to the youth, reach back to the community, however you can, and tell them that you were wrong. What I taught you was wrong because it caused you in the community a lot of heartache and pain, a lot of death. So it couldn't have been right. The community is still in shambles because of what we taught these individuals. So it couldn't have been right. There are no success stories coming out of the hood. So it couldn't have been right. Leading these individuals to the hood. We were wrong. We caused a lot of damage in the community. Do something about it. You helped to cause it. You're a man, right? Do something about it. What type of men won't protect their women? We expect to get the respect of anyone. We must first respect and protect our people. Let's get on the road with this. Times are wasting. Times are running out. They on our heads. They have their foots on our necks. Make no mistake about it. And feeling like we're going to do nothing about it because we're too busy fighting one another. And it really is true. It's really a coward's way out to target a black man. Because you're just targeting someone that you feel like you can get away with targeting. You're just as much of a coward as the other people, whomever, the other people in general who kill black people because they know that they can get away with it. That's the same reason that you do it. You are too scared to go to Calabasas or Beverly Hills and do something to little freckle face Brad. You're not going to do anything to Brandon because you feel like you'll be on death row. They're going to solve this case. They're going to come get my black ass. I'm going down. They might kill me. I might not even make it to the police station. But you know, if you kill another black man, the data shows, the statistics dictate that you have a greater chance of getting away with it than if you unalive anyone from any other race. Black men's homicides go more unsolved than any other group, any other demographic in the country. On average, the national average of solving homicides is about 43%, or it was some time ago. It may be more than that now. So roughly half of homicides in the country go unsolved. You have a 50% chance of going home the same night that you kill somebody in this country. You have a chance of not ever getting caught, ever. A 50% chance of that. It's 50-50. But when it comes to a black man, that number increases dramatically. Goes up to the 70s or something of homicides being unsolved as it relates to a black man losing his life. Because they're not going to dedicate any real resources to solving this crime. They want you off the earth. Your life doesn't matter. You're 3/5 of a human being as far as they are concerned. They've never divested themselves of this belief, ever. So your life doesn't matter. We're not about to break our necks trying to solve this. That's how they think. They don't care. Even if it's another black man that killed the black man, it doesn't matter. They're not investing. They're not dedicating resources to solving that crime. This is the facts. These are the facts. The facts, the data shows, this is not me talking, the data shows that you have a humongous chance of getting away with murder if you murder a black person, no matter who it is that's doing the killing, not just a police officer. Anybody on the street, anybody, Rick Child, George Zimmerman, anybody can kill a black person and get away with it in this country, including another black man. And these black people know this as well. So you're really a coward when you kill another black man. You're only doing it because you know that you can get away with this. You know that his life doesn't matter. You know no one's going to make a big fuss about this except his mother. But you won't go over here and do anything to little Jimmy because you know the police coming. You might not make it up one block before they putting 10 of them in your head. Damn, some handcuffs. You won't go nowhere near those neighborhoods and bother those people. You're going to come to our neighborhoods. You're going to go to your own neighborhoods and cause all this hell and be a gangster and a killer. In your own neighborhood, you a killer. Killing people in your own neighborhood only. You're not no killer. You're a coward. You're scared to go do something to anyone else because of the consequences. Since black people are at the bottom of the totem pole in this country, and you know that you can get away with harming a black person, this is where you focus your anger and energy, your violent energy in your own community. You're a coward. You're taking the easy way out, like everyone else. They're not going to come down too hard on me. Even if I get caught for this, they're not going to come down too hard on me for killing another black man. They ain't tripping. If I do one of them, boy, I kill the police, a judge, little Samantha, oh yeah, I'm in trouble. I'm on death row. Nah, I ain't messing with them. I'm going to come over here where it's easy, where there are easy targets, people who look like me, struggling like me, who are hated like me. I'm going to come over here and brutalize them and them only and love everyone else. I don't see color. You make me sick. You kiss-ass raccoon. When I talked about Officer Tatum in here, they said, come on, man, somebody said in the comment, Officer Tatum don't talk about you, big fella. Why you talking about him, in the wrong way, like they're talking about him negative, man? I'm sure you wouldn't like it. I wouldn't give a fuck what he said. He's a sellout. You raccoons. If you agree with he talking about you, a raccoon too. Give a fuck about no Officer Tatum. Kiss my ass. Fuck. That's y'all problem now. Nice ass. Y'all too damn nice, you nice ass. You're nice with everyone except another black man. Well, there you have it. That's why gang members are not respected. They won't do nothing to anything except other black people. That's it. That's why. They won't do anything to anyone. Now, of course, black gangs only have beef with other black gangs, for the most part. So there's that. But still, we're talking about beyond that. They won't do anything other than to another black man. So other people, they're not protecting the community. They're harming the community. They're allowing Rick Child, George Zimmerman to come in the community and kill their brothers, and they don't do shit. You can't come into the community and walk down the street without being harassed, threatened. Where you from? What you doing over here? You can't walk down the street in this same community. You can't even walk down the street as a black man. But they can come in the community and not only walk down the street, kill your fucking kids. Not because the kid was doing something in the wrong place, at the wrong time, in the wrong community. The kid didn't go over there to their community. Well, he shouldn't have been over there. You know what's happening over there. They're going to trip. Yeah, that's what people should be saying about our community. That is what they say. Only another black person, though. They tell another black, you don't go over there, bro. Don't get caught in that hood. These individuals come in the community, in our community, and kill our kids. And the court system lets them out. Let them both go, George Zimmerman and Rick Child. You steal a damn Snicker bar, you going to jail for 15 years or something if you got a strike. They come in the community and kill our kids. And we still do nothing. Man, no. I don't want to be a part of that. I don't even want to be identified with that. That's how. I'm going up. I'm dying for the people, man. I don't give a damn what y'all talking about. That's it. And hey, if you think I'm unwilling to do it, hit me up. We'll holler. We put a crew together, man. Go take care of some of this stuff. Take care of some of this business, bro. For real, for real. As soon as their kids, as soon as they being found hanging from these trees too, it was just an accident. When they start being found like that, then it will stop. And that's the only thing that's going to stop it. Nothing else. We've been trying to stop it for hundreds of years, and it still hasn't stopped. No matter what we've done and what we've tried, it still hasn't stopped. The only thing we haven't tried is doing the same thing to them that they do to us. The exact same thing. That's what we haven't done. Everything else has been tried, and still in 2026, they're hanging. Well, start returning the freaking favor, and I guarantee you it's going to stop. I guarantee it. That's the only thing we haven't tried. Let's try that. I don't want death. I don't want murder of anyone. We all should live on this earth. We all have a right. That's how I feel. That's not how everyone else feels, though. So they're coming, taking our lives. And we have to defend our lives at some point. I still got plenty of time today. I'm talking all day. I might be here, there, everywhere, all over the place. Bear with me. I'm trying to get some of this stuff off my chest. And it might be in a roundabout way. I might be rambling on some of the time. Might go from this topic to another. And I missed it. I forgot to come back over here. I don't have a script. I don't even know what I'm going to say when I turn on the camera right now. I'm just, I got something in mind. I'm just like, man, let me just talk about this. So, whatever. Let's come together, though, man. Let's unite. I appreciate all of you. Thank you all for your support. Many of you have been supporting me from day one. But whenever you started supporting me, I appreciate it, man. It means a lot to me. You all mean a lot to me. Stay safe and stay free, people.